It's Tuesday. That means it's the day for training. And this week, I wanted to give you guys just some help in coming up with systems in your business. Now, I don't want you guys to get nervous or scared or intimidated by the word systems, because what it really is just setting up things that you are going to do when something happens. So it's quite literally just, what are you going to do? It's writing your own map to what you want from this business. Because if you were working this business as a hobby, if this is just something that you just want to do when you want to do it, if you make something on your commission, awesome, then systems probably are not something that you're going to need or really want. But if you are working on this as your part-time income, or it's income for this, right? Maybe it's your holiday fund or your car payment or putting gas in the car or all those things, right? Maybe that is what you are in this business for. Or if you are wanting to get to the point to where you can make this your full-time income, that is where I am in my business. And I will tell you that it took me creating systems to get to where I am today. I would be completely lost if I didn't have systems in my business. So I want to make sure that you guys are familiar with what systems really can do for you and how to create one that's going to work for you. Because that's the thing at the end of the day, right? We can sit here and we can look at all kinds of different systems. We can watch all kinds of trainings on how to do it. But if you are not taking a system and really making it your own, then it's probably something that you're not going to stick with, or you're going to find it's not going to work for you. So you're just going to deuces, I'm out, right? Like, that's it. When I really committed myself to systems in my business, that is when my business changed. Everything changed for me. All of a sudden it became not only, I don't want to say easier, because I don't want to say that anything's really easy, but it helped me to stay on track with my business. It helped me to focus on all the aspects of my business, right? We have different aspects in our business if we want this to succeed. We need to have our PRV, our own personal sales. We need to have our team members, even if that's one team member, right? We need to be working on growing our team. And then the team members that we do have, it is the retention of those team members. So again, making sure they're plugged into resources, making sure they know where to go to look at the news section, or what happens when an LTO releases, right? All of those things are the things that we want to be able to have our team members duplicate, because being able to have them duplicate what you're doing in their own way, right? Not exactly like yours or mine or whoever's, but just a system to be able to work, then that's going to really give you a great way to be able to jump right in. Okay. Like I said, systems help me stay accountable to myself. I don't check in with Tracy, my SSD, right? Our SSD. I don't check in with Tracy and be like, okay, Tracy, here we go. All right, today. So I messaged some customers and I got a sale, and tomorrow I think I'm going to work on this, right? Like, she doesn't, I don't need to call and check in or tell, not that you can't, but I'm just saying, right? You're your own boss. This is your business, and it has to work for you. And you have to commit yourself to yourself. Make that commitment, right? Because making a commitment to yourself should be the number one priority. Now, I think you guys probably know, because I say it a lot, right? My why for doing this, my reason for staying with Scentsy for 10 plus years, right, is simply because of the opportunity that it gave me to be able to retire, literally retire from my 9-to-5 job. In 2019, I officially retired myself. Now, I worked my ass off to get my college degree, to get to the place of management in the healthcare system that I worked for. I went to all the trainings that were available to me. I went on all kinds of different leadership courses. I was a mentor to various people over the years. We had a mentor program at the health system. And I was teaching classes, right? I was they called it a super user. I was a super user of the programs and all of that. And so I was the one who was teaching people how to use the programs. I invested so much of myself into that business, and I never thought that I would ever leave my business, or career rather. And I did. Now, it took a lot of hard work to be able to do this, right? I didn't just wake up one morning and say, I think I'm just going to quit that job that I've been working so hard at, and I'm just going to do Scentsy full time. No, it really truly was a choice to sit down to say, okay, I'm going to make this happen. Because for one, I know it's possible, right? Because let me tell you right now, if anybody can do this, I mean, anybody can do this. I've done this, and trust me, I was not built for sales in particular, right? Like I always told the story. I told myself over and over and over again, Jacqui, you're never going to be good at this because you're not good at sales. I don't like to be that salesy person. It gives me the ugh. I don't like it, right? So I was like, there's no way I'll ever get there. Well, once I changed my mindset to I can get there. Yeah, I can. I can do these things. I can set myself up for success. I can create a system that's going to work for me, and I can make this happen, and I can help my family. Today we got paid. Yay, hallelujah. Who doesn't love a payday? Okay, who doesn't love a payday? My very first thing, as soon as that commission ran and hit my pay portal, this is how I do it, y'all. When it hits my pay portal, I transfer it to my Venmo, and then I transfer my Venmo into my bank account. I do that for a couple of reasons. For one, I just like the security of it not being on the Scentsy pay card. So there's that. It's just a personal preference because it is a prepaid card, right? It's registered as like a prepaid card. So for example, if you go and get gas and you are using your, see, I keep it, I don't even have it in my wallet anymore. It's in my desk. Cover my numbers because this is going to go on YouTube. But okay, so if I were to pull up at the gas station and put this card in at the pump, right? It is going to put that hold on my card, right? There's a, I don't like it. I don't like it. So I take it off of there. Now I do save, right now I'm saving $15 on it because that is what my PWS subscription, so my website, it runs and it has this card on it. And so that is how I keep my PWS subscription paid for every single month, right? Because that's what it's pulling from is that card. Everything else, like I said, I transfer it to my Venmo first and then to my bank because it's instant. And hello, not only do I like instant gratification when something happens, but I also don't want to wait like 1, 2, 3 days, whatever it is, for my money, right? And you can't, I mean, in the pay portal, you can have it direct deposited into your bank. But again, it's going to take a couple business days to get there. So if you're fine with that, then by all means do it that way. This is just my shortcut, and it keeps me from having to have all the fees and all blah, blah, blah. Now, there are some fees with Venmo, yes, but they're minimal in comparison to like the other ways, like PayPal and all the other stuff, right? So, and for the last reason that I put it into my bank account is because this is my income, right? This is my full-time income. Or if it's your part-time income, right? That's your income. So if you're looking to if you're looking to buy a house in the future, if you're looking to be able to, you know, have a credit card or things like that, right? Or just for tax reasons, you need to be able to have that information or have that payment in your bank account. So it is showing reoccurring income, right? Just like a job, right? Okay. Same thing, same thing. And that's what my husband and I are really focusing on is, for one, getting out of debt, right? Paying off the credit cards that we've got and keeping those at a very, very minimal balance, if any, and truly using them for like emergencies, right? That's what we're aiming for. And then, you know, we want to be able to have our dream home. And so we plan to be able to get to that point, and I want to be able to help my family get to that point. So that's the reasons that I do it that way. But as soon as it hits my bank account, then like I did this morning, as soon as it hit, I send it to Venmo, and then I sent it to my bank account. As soon as I got the confirmation it was in my bank account, like I said, it only takes like 2-3 minutes. As soon as I got that, I went right on and I made my house payment and I made my car payment. Boom, 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 done, right? That's me taking care of my family. That's a big, big thing. And if I don't have that income coming in, well, then that stretches our financial budget. That, you know, my husband's income, and then, you know, it makes it messy. I love the ability to be able to literally not leave my house if I don't want to, and still have full-time income. That's what we all dream of, right? And let me tell you right now, if I can do it, I know that all of you can do it, okay? You can and you will. It's the mindset shift that has to happen. So being able to change your mindset to say, instead of, if you say the word scared, if you're like, no, I'm scared to do that, I'm scared to do this, we really have to take scared out of the vocabulary, because really what it comes down to is it's intimidation. You're intimidated, right? Even me today, I am still one of those, I would drop a sample and run kind of a person, right? So what did I do? I found a way that was easier for me to have a conversation that was more natural to me, shared by my very, very, very good friend, Rihanna Franco. You Impress Me packets. I make these up and I give them out, right? So whenever I am at the grocery store, I gave one out at the grocery store yesterday. I actually gave also one to my, I don't know if she's a pharmacy tech, whoever it is at the pharmacy that, you know, she knows. Sadly enough, I have enough prescriptions that I go to the pharmacy that the lady who works at the pharmacy recognizes me when I show up. Okay, but she's always very sweet and very nice. So when I was at, and it's also in the grocery store right at my Hy-Vee. So I went and got my groceries and gave one to the cashier, because we were like chatting back and forth. And I was like, thank you so much for making my day. You just really made my day, right? Because we were laughing and joking. Anyway, we were just laughing and joking. So I gave her one of those. And then my pharmacy lady, when I went to go pick up my script, she again recognized me right off the bat. And I was like, you know what? I love the fact that you just know, you know me. And I was like, I know it's weird to say that, but it just really makes me feel good. And so I was like, you really made my day. And I gave that to her, right? So it's giving me an opportunity to not be intimidated anymore by that awkward feeling of like before it would be like a business card with a sample or something, and I'd be like, oh, if you're interested, you know, I'd have that whole awkward conversation. It just wasn't for me. I had to change it, right? I had to change it to something that felt more Jacqui. So if that's what's holding you back in your business, if you're feeling intimidated with those kinds of things, then figure out a way that's going to be you, that's going to help you feel more comfortable doing that, right? Now, it doesn't mean that the cashier and the pharmacy lady, I really need to know what her name is, by the way. I'm going to have to look next time if she's wearing a name tag, but because she is just so sweet. But the point is that I want to show people that that's what Scentsy does, right? We recognize good customer service. We recognize when people stand out. Now, does it mean she's going to hop on the site and order from me? Well, she hasn't yet, at least not that I've noticed, right? Or the cashier hasn't yet. But I guarantee you that they are going to, when they went home yesterday, they looked at those packets, and I guarantee you it made them feel happy, if nothing else. Because the people that we're running into, even if we're just running errands, let me tell you right now, from someone who has worked for a short time, well, I mean, I was a waitress for a long time. I was a bartender for a long time. And then I started my career. Actually, my first like career job was I was a property manager for an apartment complex. And let me tell you right now, I do not recommend that job to anyone. It sucked. Okay. You're trying to make hundreds of people happy every single day. And here's the spoiler alert. You can't do that. But it was not like a fulfilling job. Okay. So on the rare occasions that I did have a resident who would say, you know, oh my gosh, Jacqui, thank you so much for helping me, or thank you for listening to me, or whatever it was with their complaint, right? That's what I would take away from my day. And I remember those feelings, right? So if you've ever been in a job where you feel like it's a thankless job, and by the way, that was my last corporate job, right? Very thankless. I was the yes person, still am. I'm still a recovering workaholic, right? But I never got, you know, if my vice president had walked over to my desk and even said, hey, great job on that report, or great job on that presentation, Jacqui, I literally would have fallen out of my chair, okay? Because it didn't happen. It didn't happen. So if I can give that feeling to someone else, and that's what I'm going to do, because that's what Scentsy is. That's who we are. Maya Angelou has my absolute favorite quote of all time. It's not the things that you say to people, it's the way that you make them feel. So how are you going to make somebody feel today? Are you going to bring a smile to their face? Are you going to make them feel like they are being thanked for, you know, just being pleasant, right? Maybe it's the server. Maybe it's, you know, the teller at the bank who helped you figure out what this weird charge was on your account or something, right? Those are the types of people that you need to be celebrating. And if it's something like this, then use something like this. If it is giving them a sample or, you know, whatever, then that's what you're going to do, right? Find a way. Find a way to make those connections and make a difference, because that's what we do. We spread this sense of community, this sense of thankfulness and gratitude. This is what we're about, okay? So I was able to do that, to be able to help. Well, I've started doing that to be able to help increase my local customer base, because for me, my local customer base, I'm still growing. The majority of my customer base is not local to me, which is fine. It's great. It's just I end up spending more and sending out thank you mail. I would much rather have it be local and take like an afternoon and just go do porch drop-offs with like little, you know, thank you packets. I would love it to be able to do that. So that's what I'm really trying to do, is build my local customer base. And one of those ways is to be able to do this. So this has now become a system for me when it comes to working my business and working on building customers, right? So this has been incorporated into my system. Now, what I shared in the group, and when this goes on YouTube, I will also share the link in the YouTube description, so it will be there. But what I have shared in the group is an example of a weekly plan. Okay, you guys, I have been talking about, a theme to my days for years. Literally years. I've done a lot of videos over time about how to organize your business, or work smarter, not harder, or, you know, just planning in general, right? But for me, what has always worked, what helped when I was in my career before I retired, was I set up a theme to every day of the week, because for me, I'm somebody who needed structure and does need structure. And so if I know what each day I should focus on, and each day has a different focus, then I know at the end of every week, if I've at least done even just one of the tasks from every single day, then I know that I'm touching all those important aspects of my business, right? PRV, sponsoring, and replicating or duplicating or training, however you want to put it, right, with the team that you have. Retention, okay? So that doesn't mean that you have to get on and start doing a whole bunch of training. So don't think that's what I'm saying. But you do need to plug them into the resources. If you want to do your own trainings, and by all means, yeah, I'm going to clap for you, and I'm going to show up, and I'm going to watch them too, right? Because I think that's amazing. And I think that that is one of the things that really helps a lot of consultants, not just your team, but a lot of consultants. And here's the thing, you guys, we are in a business to where we do not compete with each other. We can all be superstar directors, and we can all get to the point of those $10,000, $12,000, $20,000 plus dollar paychecks every single month. We can. We just have to work at it, and enable to work at it, we have to have a plan or a roadmap of how to do it. So that's what I've shared, is an example of a weekly system. Okay. So I did share the template link. This is a Canva doc. I shared the template link. Oh my goodness. Can I speak? Words are hard. So I did share that. So by all means, what you can do is you go in there and you change it up to whatever you need it to do. Or if you're straight up pen and paper, take out everything. Well, actually, maybe I'll just do this. I'll take out everything and then leave it blank. And then that way you can just print it out and write in what you want to do. Okay. But what you can do is to be able to use this as a guide to set up something that's going to work for you and your business. So what it is the weekly plan. It has the 5 days of the week. Okay. It does not include weekends. If you work weekends though, then by all means, change it up, right? And you're like, yeah, on Mondays, I don't want to do Scentsy, or I can't because of my job, or because I've got this going on. So I can't touch my business on a Monday. That's fine, right? Change your week, change it up, whatever works for you. Okay. This is just an example to get you started. So put down the days of the week that you know you can work your business, even if it's 15 or 30 minutes only, and that's it. That's fine. But you spend those 15 or 30 minutes intentionally working on the tasks you're going to write down. And then, yes, you're perfectly fine. You can do this business and be successful if you are intentional with your time. If you're somebody who doesn't have a lot of time. I did not have a lot of time when I was working my business to get to director, because I had that 9-to-5 job, and it wasn't really 9 to 5. Okay, first of all, it was 6 to usually 4 or 5 in the afternoon. And then I would get home, and then I would still have to be answering emails, finishing reports, getting documents ready for the next day if I was doing a training class, or if I had meetings that I needed to get ready for, right? And so while I was cooking dinner, I would watch a YouTube Scentsy training just to change my mindset. And then after dinner, I would have to sit down and then do any additional work for my JOB. And then I could get to my Scentsy stuff. So on a lot of weeks, a lot of days of those weeks, there were times when I maybe only had literally 10 minutes to do something for my Scentsy business. But I literally took that 10 minutes intentionally, and I got tasks done. And the way that I was able to know what should I work on was because I had this plan in place. Giving a theme to every day, or a topic, if that's what you want to call it, to the day, then that gives you an idea of what you need to focus on each day of the week that you're going to work your Scentsy business. So I did put some themes in there. So I changed this around because, well, I really don't. Well, I changed this around from what mine is. Mine looks a little different. Obviously, my business looks different than yours, right? But this gives you an idea. So if you want to change the theme of the days, put them in a different order, or maybe you don't like the themes and you want to change them all together, change them all together, okay? So I put down as an example, Monday is team day. And then in the task column, it gives you some examples of tasks you can do that go along with team day, right? So that's touching base with team members. Even if you just have one team member, right? Maybe it's just a simple text. Maybe, you want to congratulate them on the sales that they've already got in for the month, right? One of the fun ways, and Melissa Gratz and I were laughing about this because I was telling her one of the ways that I like to do that is to get on Snapchat and find some ridiculous filter and then do the, congrats or way to go, blah, 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 and then text it out. And so it's like this, it's a different text. It's meant to be, laugh at, right? It's meant to be very lighthearted, but the intention is to say, hey, I see you. So if it's something like that that would help, then by all means, do that, right? If that's not you, then don't do that, right? Then just send a quick text. Or if you've got a chat going with them. And that's the other thing too. Really look at how are you communicating with your team? Do you have like a Facebook chat that you've invited them to and you guys could keep that open so you always have an open dialogue? That's a really great way to do that, okay? If you don't have something in place, you can have a team page, right? If you feel like you're ready for a team page, then do a team page. You can, of course, utilize Scent 365. This page is here for you, okay? For you. So if you want to post out there and say, hey guys, this is what I'm working on today, that's the whole point of the page, is for you to do that. Or, hey guys, I just want to shout out my team member because she did her very first party and I'm so excited, right? That's an example of something you could do on team day. Find a way to recognize a team member. Run a leadership report, right? I will post the link also to how to run a report, but we will be going over that too. Again, just because I think it's a good refresher and it's a good reminder to get into the habit of looking at reports in your workstation. But you can run a leadership report to see where people are. One of those ways that I like to do that, of course, today is my day. Tuesdays are my day to do that. And you guys will see that that's when I do the shout outs, right? For the top 50. I will do emails to my team, not the group, but to my team. That's when I'm putting together any team mail from, like, I like to do team mail for my top producers for the previous month. So today, this afternoon, in fact, that's what I'm going to be working on. Those are things that I'm just getting ready for. So that could go along with team day. Mail promotion or encouragement cards. It doesn't even have to be that they got a promotion yet. Again, maybe it's just congratulations on putting in your first party. And a handwritten note, you guys, just like it does with our customers, a handwritten note to somebody on your team makes a huge difference. That means you are personally saying, I see you. And for most of us, me included, right? I like to be seen. Not that I need to be seen, but it makes me feel good that somebody is recognizing the fact that I'm working my business, right? So there's that can really hold a lot of value. Another thing that I put on Team Day for an example of a task is Scent and Warmer of the Month reminder, right? Because on the 15th, that's when those subscriptions are going to run. You want to make sure that your team members are aware of that, right? They have the option, that's one of our consultant perks, right? To either opt in or out, and they can do either Scent or Warmer of the Month. It does help with marketing. There's a lot of great ways you can utilize it in your business, right? So it's a great reminder to remind your team members. And then if you have any other tasks, you could write them in. And then there's a column for notes, right? In that note column, what I've started doing is just writing down, like, what did I do? Right? So maybe like today for this example, right, I would put, Scent top 10 producer mail outs for July, right? Something like that. Or send a text to everybody on my team, encouraging them about the Alice in Wonderland release that's coming up next Monday, whatever, right? That's how I'm going to track and see what I'm doing. On the Tuesday day, I put that as customer day. So on that, some of the things that I put for an example would be follow up on any messages, right? If you're anything like me, sometimes you get behind in those. Does anybody else get behind in messages? There's the all consultant training call, which like Ivy was on today and she won the prize. Hi, Mandy. She won the prize. And that is just a reminder that just getting on those calls, all you have to do is just be on the call, first of all, and they randomly will pick 3 winners to get like a little prize pack from Scentsy, from the consultant store. And it kind of uses the theme of whatever the topic is that day. So it might be brochures or, you know, product lists or something. I don't know, whatever it is that they send out. But every single all consultant training call is a new topic every single week. You're going to hear me reminding in the group. Okay, so if you need to, tag your team members, because these are amazing trainings, you guys, and they're just great reminders of getting back to the basics, and they're going to be inspiring not only to you, but to your team members, right? You want to be able to get them engaged in what we're doing in our business. So that is a really great way and a really great reminder to get them on and for you to get on. Send thank you mail for any PWS orders, right? Again, it can be a package, it could be a postcard, it could be a handwritten note, right? Anything that you need to be able to get out to them, right? To say thank you. Prepare any thank you cards for orders pending delivery. So what I like to do is I don't actually send any thank you mail or even if it's a handwritten card, I don't send that until after they've received their order. So for me, batching is something that I absolutely recommend in this business because it saves me a ton of time. I was the person who would sit down and be like, oh, I need to create a team postcard. And then I'd spend like 45 minutes in Canva creating whatever it was. And then I'd print it out. And then, you know, I'd go, okay, I'll get that sent out, blah, 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 blah. Maybe I should probably add in a sample. Maybe it's customer mail, right? I should add in a sample. Oh, I don't have any samples. Oh, let me make a sample, right? I was literally wasting time just getting everything together. So batching it really helped me save a lot of time. So I like to batch and prepare things so they're ready to go. Again, other tasks. And then that space for notes. On Wednesdays, business day, right? So an example of business day. Clean your office space. Organization in your office space is going to be key in having peak performance, okay? Now, if you don't have, I have an office, it's literally the 3rd bedroom in our home, okay? It's the 3rd bedroom. It's not anything special, okay? But this is my office. My office, it even has a door, right? So, and that's how I kind of know that I'm shutting off my work for the day is when I actually shut the door. That's like the signal in my brain. Okay, shutting it off, right? But even if you don't have a true office or whatever, right? It might look like the kitchen table. Been there, done that. It might look like a corner in your bedroom. Been there, done that, right? But that corner or the drawer that you keep your stuff in, take time to organize that, because when you have organization, again, you're going to work smarter, not harder. You're going to be able to quickly get things together instead of looking everywhere for them. I can't even tell you, for at least probably the first 5 years of my business, how much time that I literally threw away because I was constantly like, where did I put this? Where did I put that? I swear I had more catalogs than this, right? Like everything was everywhere. It was ridiculous. So organize your space, whatever that looks like. Restock your mobile office. Now my mobile office is literally, it's literally the, what do you call that? Where the armrest is, I don't know what it's called, but it's in my car, right? Now it's hot. So I don't keep wax in there, okay? But I keep samples more of like what is in this packet here. So like a sample of Scentsy Fresh that I've had. I keep samples of felt samples, or I keep a bag of felt samples in there. Again, if it melts a little bit, it just reabsorbs back into the fabric, or into the felt, the fabric on the felt, right? So it's not going to do any damage. And then I also put it in like a little sandwich Ziploc bag. I always have business cards in there as well, ready to hand out. And I actually just ordered today, because they're back, product lists. Yay! Thank you, Scentsy, for getting product lists back in stock. So I just ordered my product list, so those will be going in. But right now I have a couple showcase brochures. Of course, everything is labeled, okay? So that's what my mobile office looks like. So if I'm at the drive-thru, if I'm walking around, whatever, and somebody asks me, because maybe I'm wearing a Scentsy shirt, like today, I pulled out one of my fall shirts, lattes and leaves, Scentsy, please, right? Okay, so I got my fall gear on, but usually when I'm going out, I'm probably branded. And if somebody asks, I want to be prepared, right? So have that, even if it is the, thank you, console. Jeez, right? Words are hard. Thank you. The armrest thing. But you could just use that. Or, you know, some people like to put, the 31 bags are great for that. Mine's actually, well, the big one's over there. But this is the one that I used for a while. Was one of these 31 bags. I don't honestly remember what the name of it is. You'll see I just have bars in it right now. But this is what I used to keep in my car. And I probably will go back to it in the winter when it starts to cool off. But I will always put samples in here. I usually will have like a room spray or lotion, because in the wintertime your hands get dry. I don't know about you, but my hands get very dry in the wintertime. Double duty caddy. Thank you, Mandy. So this is great, right? To be able to just set up a mobile office. So again, if you don't have that full office space, or this was another thing that I did when I worked my 9-to-5 job. Technically, I really wasn't supposed to be bringing in Scentsy. But so what I would do is I would just bring my bag in my office every day. And then in my cubicle, because I lived the cubicle life, right? Then I would just set it on like the table behind me in my cubicle. And y'all, all I had to do was set it there. Every time somebody would walk by my desk, they would stop and they would smell the testers that I'd have in there, or they'd look at the catalog, or they'd take one with them, right? And then I would always have a little bag of samples in here too, and they would take those, right? So it was a great way to just kind of slide it in, right? And it was more about people, again, just like you probably were when you joined or started buying Scentsy, right? Getting the scent under their noses, that's what's going to do it for you. So if that's what you need to do to be able to take it back and forth to work, to maybe see if people are interested, then do that. Whenever I go to Starbucks or Panera, and I'm just like, I'm going to go up there and work, because hello, sometimes I'm like, I need out of my office for a little bit. Okay. Working at home is wonderful, but there are times when, yes, I'd like a little bit of human interaction. Not a lot, just a little. So I will take my iPad, or you can take your laptop, whatever, and your mobile office, and go with you and just sit and have your coffee and be working, or, you know, following up on your emails or whatever. That's what your mobile office is for, okay? So get that stocked up. Also on business day, I have watch a training video. Personal development is big. So if you're somebody who you're like, yeah, I'd love to watch a video about this, or I want to learn more about this, then you know what? YouTube's going to be your friend. I know my channel has pretty much almost every topic you could probably think of, but there's amazing other trainings out there as well, plus the Scentsy Training Center. Hello, there's information right there, right? Emailing your customers about Scentsy Club. So just reminders, right? Putting that in there. Thursday recruit day. So have at least 3 join conversations, whether that's Facebook, whether that's a text, whether that's an email, whatever it looks like. Share in your social media what you love about being a consultant. Or, and this is what I normally will do, if you follow me on Instagram, you know, or if you watch my reels, because I also post reels on my Facebook as well. A lot of times I like to show like a behind the scenes of how I'm working. And it just may very well be my phone or my camera is like right over my desk, and I am either, you know, putting stickers on things, or I'm putting together little packets, or I'm putting together customer mail, or I'm making samples. It's just like that little peek behind the curtain, right? And then I get that out there on my social media. Why? Because I want people to see that this business is not rocket science. It's selling things that smell good. And it's really easy to just sit here and put things together to be able to have stuff for my business. Using what I have, using the wax that I have on hand to make samples, right? We always get the, well, I do. I always, if nothing else, I always get the scent of the month, Glacier Water. If you have not smelled this, oh my gosh, please do. It's flipping fantastic. But one of the other things is every single month, I know I'm going to be getting this scent under noses. So I'm going to be creating stuff. Take a picture or do a quick reel, put it to music. It doesn't have to be fancy. Okay, but sharing those kinds of things on social media is going to help others see how you're working your business. And then they're like, oh, well, I could probably do that, right? That's when you're planting seeds. Okay, when we talk about planting seeds, that's when we talk about the seeds. Yes, personal join conversations. Yes, girl, yes. Like I said, I put it down to where I have 3 to 5 join conversations every single week. Every single week. Now, are they all joining? No. Maybe one will? Great. Maybe one, you know, thinks about it and in 2 months may come back to me and say, hey, I think I'm ready to join Scentsy. Right? Or I just get an email one day, so-and-so has joined your team. Congratulations, you have a new team member. Well, great. I've been planting seeds, right? Everything that you do in your business, specifically on social media, people are watching. Even if they're not liking or commenting, it does not matter. Trust me when I say they are watching. They're watching to see not only what you're doing or if this business is working for you, right? So find ways that you can share that. It's going to plant seeds. Trust me, trust me, trust me. And then finally on Friday or the 5th day, whatever, it's marketing day. So create a YouTube video if you want to get started doing your YouTube channel. I know some of you are starting to get into that, and I think it's amazing. You know, I love me some YouTube. So YouTube, get it out there if you need to. Or if that's not in your wheelhouse, then do your TikTok or create a reel or do a Snapchat video, and then you can upload that as a reel, right? Like it doesn't even, you can do so much. There's so many different ways to do things. But again, take that day to do more marketing, right? And maybe it is you showing some bars or showing how you packaged up an order that you did, right? That's a really great picture to take and post it on your social media. I can't wait for my customers to smell Glacier Water. It smells amazing and it's filling my house right now and I am just happy. Ba-boom, right? So being able to do things like that. Planning your social media content is also on there. I like to have a plan for social media as well. I like to also batch a lot of that work. So I like to create it. And then that way, each day I'm making sure that I'm posting out there. So all I have to do is just pull a post that I've already done, or if I've done a reel, you can save it to your drafts and I pull it up and then I post the reel. So I'm getting it out there. So plan your social media content. And of course, that can be a whole nother training topic. And then also check stock on your branded materials. So like this is something, I was talking to Texas, Cassandra Bollinger. I was talking to her last week, I think it was, like, I've got these little QR codes that I put in my orders and my Happy Mail and stuff like that. Look, I've only got a handful left. So what I've done is I've just kept them sitting right here on my desk because to me, that's my reminder. I need to do more of those. I'm almost out, right? So look at what you have. What do you need to stock up on? Another thing that I like to do is I make up these little thank you cards, and it's literally like a business size. I did it on Canva. It's a business card. It says, thank you for supporting my mama run business, with some hearts. On the back, well, there's a little mini nail file. I just got those off of Amazon. Okay, I've got that link in my Amazon. But it says, you'll find me. And then I have a link to my Instagram, and then a link to my Facebook. And then, of course, hello, Jacqui. It's a QR code, and that QR code takes them to my VIP page. So it's just these little thank you things that I literally throw in any order that goes out the door, right? Anything that I put my hands on that's going out to a customer gets one of those every single time. Plus any club flyers that I've made or whatever else that I've made that I've thrown in, okay? So that's a day that you can take to focus on that. And it's literally just chunking pieces out, right? So that gives you an idea, right, of these are the things that we're touching base on. Our team, our customers, our personal business, sponsoring, and then marketing, because that's the world we live in, right? We have to do our own marketing. So I want you guys to take this plan. Like I said, it's an example. I've saved the template or shared the template so you can change it up however you want. Use this as a brand new document and just make it all kinds of different, right? Whatever you want it to look like. What I do with mine is I actually have been downloading it digitally onto my iPad, and I save it to GoodNotes. That's the app that I use as GoodNotes to do a lot of my stuff. And then I can write on it in there. But I'm actually thinking that these I'm going to start printing out and actually using these. So that way every single week I have a printout of it. So I'm kind of going back and forth, because like when they started doing the planning document, I started printing those out so I'd have it at all times. And now I'm starting to kind of feel like this is good for me, right? Again, pivoting. I'm tweaking things, right? I'm always tweaking things in my business. What's working for me right now, okay? Those are the things that I'm going to focus on. So you can get in there, you can print one out for every single week, and then maybe it's a Sunday evening and you can sit down, take 15 minutes and go through that document and say, okay, this day, this day, this day, this day, this day, these are the things I'm going to try and get done this week. And then that way I know I'm touching all the parts of my business, even if it's only 10 minutes a day. Then you just write the tasks that you want to do for those 10 minutes. That way when you sit down for those 10 minutes, you don't have to go, oh, what should I work on? What do I don't know. Have I talked to my customer? No, you have a game plan now. You have a roadmap as to what you need to do in your business that's going to bring you results. Because at the end of the day, everything that we're doing in our business should be something that is driven towards results, or that return on your investment, right? The return on your investment is a return on your time. The time that you're taking, even if it's just that 10 minutes a day, right? That is worth something, right? It's planting those seeds. It's making that commitment to yourself. It is pouring into yourself to say, I am worthy of getting to the point to where I can retire from my 9 to 5, or I can make this my full-time income. That's what you need to do when you're working on your plan, is have that in your mindset when you're doing it, because then you're going to be more intentional. Make that commitment to yourself, not to me, not to your sponsor, not to your SSD, right? Just make it to yourself. Because here's the thing, you guys, you have everything you need within you, within your mindset. So if your mindset is set to, I'm going to make this happen one way or another, I'm going to figure it out, and you're going to figure it out, because you're not going to let yourself down. You're not going to. And when you need somebody to hype you up, you come see me. I am right here, ready to hype you up. So hopefully this will get you started with a system in your business, right? Again, the whole point is to touch on those big, important pieces of our business. So whatever it ends up looking like, hopefully that will be something that you can start to do. And before you know it, it's just going to become a habit. You know, whatever day it is, you already know, oh, Wednesdays, oh, those are the days that I reach out to my customers, right? That it's just going to become a habit. I say this because that is what it has done for me. Now, like I said, I do tweak it from time to time. I do change maybe how I'm doing it. Maybe not so digital, maybe more paper. Right now, I'm just kind of getting more paper because I'm wanting it. It's almost like, it's hard to explain, right? It's in my iPad. It's there when I need it, right? It's right here. Everything's here. But when it's on paper and I can just glance up and look at it, it's almost starting to work better. So I'm doing a little bit of both and seeing what works. And then you rinse and repeat every single week. Rinse and repeat every single week. You miss a day, you miss a day. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. It happens. Hello. It's happened to me a ton, right? And that's fine. You either push those things to the next day or you say, okay, I didn't get to those. I'm going to follow up with these next week. Don't forget, you know, whatever day it is, you know, that's on that day. I need to move whatever my tasks are to next week's Monday or whatever. And just pick it up next week. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. Okay? Doesn't mean that you're off your business. You just needed to take a day or two, and that's all right. So, we're going to have a plan as we go into this fall winter season. It is our busiest season. Just is. So, I need you guys to get ready for it. I need you guys to want it. I've got a lot of things planned and I'm ready to pour into you, and I want to give you as many tools as I can to do that. So this is just the beginning of where we're getting started. All right, guys, until next Tuesday, we're going to be doing some more fun stuff. I've got another hands-on type of a training lined up for next Tuesday, and I cannot wait to share it with you. So I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great rest of your week. Be watching that news section in your workstation. Trust me, okay? Watch the news section. Gonna be some fun stuff coming up, and you do not want to miss out. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.